We've all heard it a million times, right? Just follow your passion. It's kind of the default advice for, well, everything. But what if that advice is missing a huge piece of the puzzle? What if following your passion isn't always the slam dunk we think it is? Let's get into it.
Because when you really start to dig in, a much sharper question comes up. Is all passion good passion? I mean, can the very thing that lights you up also be the thing that burns you out?
And the answer, it turns out, is a definite yes. See, passion isn't this simple, pure force for good. Sometimes your greatest strength has a hidden dark side, and figuring out that difference, that's everything.
Okay, so to really wrap our heads around this, we need to get on the same page. What are we actually talking about when we use the word passion?
So according to what's called the dualistic model of passion, it's a strong pull towards a self-defining activity. And that little phrase, self-defining, that's the absolute key. This isn't just a hobby you kinda like. No, this is something that becomes a real part of your identity. It's literally part of who you are.
And listen, this is not some rare thing we're talking about. The research shows that a whopping 84% of us are moderately to highly passionate about at least one thing. So whether it's your job, a sport, your art, or even video games, chances are this applies directly to you.
Which means the important question really isn't if you're passionate. The real game changer is how that activity gets woven into your identity. Because that process, that's what splits passion into two totally different animals.
And that brings us right to the heart of it all, the two faces of passion. One is what we call harmonious, and the other is obsessive. Let's break down what that actually looks and feels like.
All right, so on one side, you've got harmonious passion. Think of this as the passion you choose freely. You welcome it into your life, you are in the driver's seat. It fits in with everything else you've got going on, and you can pick it up or put it down when you need to. Now, on the other side, that's obsessive passion. This is more like a passion that's driven by pressure, either from the outside world or some need inside you. And here, the activity starts calling the shots. It starts creating conflicts, and you feel this rigid, almost desperate need to keep doing it.
Let me give you a quick story to make this super clear. Imagine a professor who is also a really passionate guitarist. Okay, so with a harmonious passion, if her friends call her up for a last-minute jam session, but she has a huge grant due the next day, she can easily say, "Nah, can't make it." She's in control, she gets her work done, and she doesn't feel a shred of guilt about it.
But now, let's flip that. If her passion is obsessive, she feels this uncontrollable urge to go play. She just can't resist. But here's the kicker. She gets to the jam session and she can't even enjoy it. Her mind is just racing, filled with guilt and anxiety about the work she's not doing. The passion is totally controlling her.
And look, this difference isn't just some small psychological detail. The type of passion you have creates a massive ripple effect that shapes your entire life, both when you're doing the activity and when you're not. I mean, it creates two completely different worlds inside your head. With a harmonious passion, the time you spend on it is filled with that amazing feeling of flow. You're focused and you just feel good. But with an obsessive passion, that same time can be poisoned by anxiety, guilt, and just endlessly replaying negative thoughts, just like our poor professor.
And those good vibes from harmonious passion, they don't just stay put. They spill over into everything else. We're talking about better mental health, stronger relationships, more creativity, basically a higher quality of life all around. It builds you up as a whole person.
Obsessive passion, though, is a totally different story. It often becomes a trade-off. Sure, you might get really good at that one thing, but it usually comes at a cost to the rest of your life. It leads to conflict, a higher risk of anxiety, and you guessed it, total burnout.
So to put it as simply as I can, harmonious passion adds to your life. It makes the whole pie bigger. Obsessive passion often subtracts from it. It might build one skill up, but it can do it by tearing everything else down around it. So now that we get the difference, what do we actually do with this? How do we take this idea and apply it to our own lives, to our own passions? Now, the point of all this is absolutely not to be less passionate. Not at all. The goal is to be smarter about it. It's about building a healthy relationship with that thing you love, one where it serves you, not the other way around. It's about making sure your passion energizes the rest of your life instead of draining it.
And that really leaves us with one last really important question to ask ourselves. I want you to think about that thing you pour your time and energy into, and ask yourself honestly, is this passion building me up or is it burning me out? The answer to that? Well, it could change everything.